Welcome to the First Line Library. I'm Jordan, and today we're going over my Star Wars collection. Let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody. So happy to be here with you all. If you're new here to this channel, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. I'd love to get to know who you are. So without further ado, let's jump into my Star Wars collection. Starting off with the hardcover of Phantom Menace by Terry Brooks. I have a couple copies of this. This is the Anakin Skywalker edition. And then next I have the Darth Maul edition as well. Pretty cool. I'm looking to collect all of those editions. I've only found those two so far. I think there might be two more. Not quite sure. If you know, let me know down in the comments. Next is Attack of the Clones. This one was written by R.A. Salvatore. And then I have the beloved Revenge of the Sith by Matthew Stover. This book is just incredible. If you never read it and you love Star Wars, especially the prequel trilogy, this is something you really want to dive into. It is really, really good. And then moving on, I have this hardcover bound edition of the original trilogy. So Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. This nice hardcover edition. So these next two hardcovers I have are The Force Unleashed 1 and 2 by Sean Williams. I have not read these yet, but I really, really enjoyed the video games back when they came out. More so the first than the second, but still, really, really good story. I know Jonathan Cohen just read these books, so if you want to get a idea of what these are about, if you haven't played the video game, go check out his video on them. But yeah, these are the Force Unleashed books. So my last stack of hardcovers, I have The Wrath of Darth Maul. This one's really, really cool. Love the art here of Darth Maul. I'm not sure if it was supposed to have a dust jacket on it or not. When I found it, it did not. Along the same lines is The Rise and Fall of Darth Vader, also without a dust jacket. But these are really, really short reads. If you know a little bit about the prequels and interested in jumping into some Star Wars books, those are two really, really great reads to do in a sitting or two. All right, next is The Shadows of the Empire by Steve Perry. I have not read this. I know a little bit about the story because it's been out for quite some time, but I've not read it, but it's up on the shelf ready for whenever. All right, the last of my hardcovers is the 3-book cycle, or the Thrawn trilogy, if you will. First we have Heir to the Empire, Dark Force Rising, and The Last Command. These are the beloved Thrawn trilogy. I was gifted those by a friend of mine as well, so really happy to add those to my collection. So that's it. That's all my hardcovers. Let's jump into the trade paperbacks that I have. All right, so I have my trade paperback books here, starting off with this Rise of the Empire. This has Tarkin and A New Dawn in this one binding, and it has 3 short stories as well. I read one of these two a long time ago. I don't honestly remember which one. But yeah, so really good. I think Thrawn was written by James Luceno, which is pretty popular. Next I have Death Troopers. This is one of the new Essential Legends collections trade paperbacks. I used to have the mass market of this, and it was kind of tattered and worn, and I ended up giving that away, and I bought the trade paperback. But man, that cover is just wild. So next I have the Bane trilogy. So there's Path of Destruction, Rule of Two, and Dynasty of Evil. Really, really great trilogy. Again, it's part of the Essential Legends collections, and I used to I used to have the mass market copies, but they were pretty worn out and beat up, and I ended up switching for the trade paperbacks, which I still really, really love the mass market cover art. So if I can, I might pick those up to add to my collection. But yeah, the Bane trilogy, especially Path of Destruction, the first book, is incredible. A great jumping off point for Star Wars as well. So finishing up with the mass market copies that I have. First one here is Spectre of the Past. I just picked this one up. This one is by Timothy Zahn. Have not read it, but it was in really, really great condition. So I couldn't pass it up for $1.50. Next is part of the New Jedi Order. This is Vector Prime. I don't know anything about it, but it was written by R.A. Salvatore. And again, it was, a great deal, so I picked it up. Next, I have 2 copies of Splinter of the Mind's Eye by Alan Dean Foster. This is like the newer Legends edition, and then this is an actual first mass market cover edition. This one's pretty beat up. This one's pretty much brand new. If you don't know, this was kind of the untitled sequel to Star Wars. George Lucas had an idea and wasn't sure if Star Wars was going to even make it. And he gave that idea to Alan Dean Foster to write a novel to continue the story. But of course, we all know how that went. Star Wars blew up, and we had Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi. But we still got the Splinter of the Mind's Eye. Very interesting story. Quick read too, if you want to kind of know what George Lucas the direction he may have gone if, Star Wars didn't get as big as it did. So yeah. Next, I have The Mandalorian Armor. I have not read this, but I do love Boba Fett and The Mandalorian, so couldn't pass that up. Next, I have Star Wars. I really, really love this cover. It has the Ralph McQuarrie art on it. And then I have The Empire Strikes Back. It has one of the movie posters on it. And then The Return of the Jedi. I think this was another movie poster that they did. Yeah, so there's the original Star Wars trilogy. And then one of my most recent pickups is Kenobi by John Jackson Miller. Everyone's really, really talking about this. They really enjoy it. And I really want to jump into it. I want to know what the hype is all about. This is a Legends edition. Kenobi. And then I used to have more of these. I don't know what happened to them, but this is part of the Republic Commando series. I have Hard Contact and True Colors. I believe this is book 1 and 2. I really enjoyed this series. I read this way back when the Clone Wars was airing. Very different writing style, but I did enjoy those. Next is Darth Plagueis, probably one of the top tier Star Wars books by James Luceno. This one just gives a lot of insight into how it all started really with Palpatine. So yeah, Darth Plagueis. And then moving on, I have Red Harvest by Joe Schreiber. He also wrote the Death Troopers book. Different stories, but same concept. This one was really, really good. All right, and then the last book I have here is Star Wars: The Old Republic, Revan, by Drew Karpyshyn. I'm not sure if I said that correctly, but he also wrote the Bane trilogy. I have not read this, but if it's as good as the Bane trilogy, I think this one will be good as well. Well, hey, that's it for my Star Wars collection. I was happy to show it with you guys, but as always, I'm looking to grow it, finding different covers, different editions, mass market, hardcover, trade paperbacks, whatever. I just love collecting books, specifically Star Wars books too. So thanks again, guys. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. It would mean a lot to me. It would help share this video with more people just like you. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I love to get to know you better. So with that being said, I'm Jordan for the First Line Library. Take care and God bless.